Tuesday, May 29, 2018. Special board meeting is called to order. Roll call, please.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Wilson. Here. Trustee Brooks.
Present.
Trustee McMullen.
Present.
Trustee Payton.
Here.
Trustee Oscar Brown. Mayor Covington.
Present. Chief Payne, have you had any phone calls from the other trustees?
Trustee Liz Williams said she may not be able to make it due to prior appointments,
Okay.
and that's it. And I had called
Yeah,
Trustee Oscar Brown, said he was going to be here.
Okay. He said he'd be here. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. General public comments?
None.
There's none. Okay. You have some? Oh. All right. Then at this time, could you join me with pledge of allegiance?
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We gotta make sure that's on the agenda all the time. Yeah. Okay, action items.
Madam Mayor, may I be recognized?
Sure, trustee.
Madam Mayor, I would like to make a motion to combine action item D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, and D6. If we can combine all them together, actions as one tonight for a vote.
Second.
Second, motion by trustee Brooks, second by trustee Milton Payton. Questions, concerns, comments? I would like for the village manager at this time, before we vote, to explain exactly why this meeting is tonight. And then we'll go on.
Good afternoon, Mayor. The purpose of the agenda items is to bring the village up to standard in regards to the audits required on the tips for the comptroller's office. As you all know, we are getting daily penalties in regards to these items being done. Secondly, we're receiving a lot of inquiries from businesses and taxing bodies in regards to the status of these audits. I think at this time, I think it's prudent to get started on the work. After talking to IRH and their conversations with the CPA that's conducting this audit, it's going to take 10 days per tip to get the audit completed. So the sooner we get this started, the better. We have a board meeting on the 13th and another board meeting the 4th Tuesday. I don't believe this needs to be delayed any longer, especially after receiving correspondence from some of our taxing bodies in regards to this audit being completed. So that would be the reason. And secondly, this paperwork was not available to me to be placed on last week's agenda.
Okay, and this is specifically our school district as well?
That's correct.
That, to make it real clear, they're requesting that we do a
The
special.
school district has submitted a FOIA request in regards to the audit status of all the tips. The audits at this point do not exist. We have to have our yearly meetings with the taxing bodies. At this time, I do not feel comfortable holding that meeting until all these audits are completed. And then once those audits are completed, we'll call a meeting with the taxing bodies to meet to go over the audit results and next steps.
Thank you. Are there any other questions?
Manager Pate, has this ever been before when they ask for our audits for the tips?
Well, typically, the audits are public information, should be readily accessible to be pulled off our website. The taxing bodies have on multiple occasions requested this information, which does not exist. When they go on the comptroller's website, these audits should be readily accessible for them to pull. They're not there because they have not been completed since the year 2013. This is the year 2018. So at this point, we're completely negligent in the village's responsibility in maintaining these audits. And again, I think it's very prudent to get these done sooner or later in regards to inquiries being made by the taxing bodies.
Okay, this would bring us up to speed and put us with...
All the way up until 2017, correct? or 2016
2016.
through 2016.
Okay, and then we will, just for the audience sake and those out there viewing, that we will have our TIF meetings with our taxing bodies. We plan to do that. We're putting that together so we will be in compliance. And I do know personally that they've asked for a special format that we do our meeting with the TIF explanations to the taxing bodies, because when we did it before, they weren't really pleased with the format that we used. So we want to make sure every T is crossed and every I is dotted. So that's why we're doing this today, so we can be current and know where we're at, and so we will make these mistakes. We're getting current and up to date and in compliance with the things that we're supposed to do in the Village University Park. Okay, I will read D1, resolution authorizing execution. Okay.
Trustee Brooks
Mhm.
made the motion to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Roll call.
Seconded, but there's no vote on that.
Yes, on that, I'm sorry, roll call.
Okay, the motion on the table is to consolidate
Yes,
D1 through D6.
yes.
Trustee Wilson? Aye. Trustee Brooks?
Vote side.
Trustee McMullen?
Vote side.
Trustee Payton?
Aye.
Mayor Covington?
Both sides.
Motion passed.
Thank you. D1, action item, resolution authorizing the execution of an engagement letter by and between the Village of University Parkville and Cook Counties, Illinois, and Ralph A. Land, CPA, for the audit of the TIF 1 financial statements for 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2016. D2, resolution authorizing the execution of an engagement letter by and between the Village of University Parkville and Cook Counties, Illinois, and Ralph A. Land, CPA, for the audit of TIF 2 financial statements for 2013, 14, 15, and 16. D3, resolution authorizing the execution of an engagement letter by and between the Village of University Park, Will and Cook Counties, Illinois, and Ralph A. Land, CPA, for the audit of TIF 3 financial statements for 2015 and 2016. D4, resolution authorizing the execution of an engagement letter by and between the Village of University Park, Will and Cook Counties, Illinois, and Ralph A. Land, CPA, for the audit of TIF 4 financial statements for 2015 and 2016. D5, resolution authorizing the execution of an engagement letter by and between the Village of University Park, Will and Cook Counties, Illinois, and Ralph A. Land, CPA, for the audit of TIF 5 financial statements for 2015 and 2016. D6, resolution authorizing the execution of an engagement letter by and between the Village of University Park, Will and Cook Counties, Illinois, and Ralph A. Land, CPA, for the audit of TIF 6 financial statements for 2015 and 2016. Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by trustee Brooks, second by trustee McMullen. Questions, concerns, comments?
Question.
Yes.
This is
Trustee Wilson?
two questions. The auditing firm Ralph A. Land CPA, is that the company that was working with IRH some time ago when you guys first started working? You were working with a CPA who was stated to kind of give you direction and work with you throughout the process. This is a different.
This is a entirely different firm that I wasn't aware of. Sheila can speak to. She's the one who checked with the different. Oh, that's him on the phone right there.
That's all right.
Hello.
He's been in the accounting field for over 40
I'm sorry.
Ralph Land,
Okay.
CPA, has been in the accounting field for over 40 years. He's worked in municipalities and nonprofits as well as for profits. And I work with him personally, so I know that he does a good job in his work.
My question was, so this is not the company you guys are working. So where did Ralph A. Land CPA come from?
I solicited 5 or 6 CPA firms.
I'm sorry, who are you?
My name is Sheila Boyd, and I work with IRH Development. I'm the audit manager on the, I have been there since November, the accounting manager, since November of last year, working with the Village of University Park county records and bringing them up to date. And we realized that the tips needed to be done as soon as possible. So I went out to several firms, and I got declines. They don't have time, they didn't have the staffing, or they just didn't want to do it.
The IRH was working with a company that was supposed to be preparing for our.
The company that you were making reference to, I gotta think, what was her name?
Robin.
Yeah, Robin Walker. She was actually in Sheila's role, guiding our accountants through when we first began to work at University Park. And she was interested in doing the major audits for University Park. It had nothing to do with the tip audits. But Irma, at some point, they went to different ways. Transition, I guess that's a good word. And so we hired Sheila. Sheila came in, and she has a great deal of auditing experience. She's an internal auditor as well as a CPA, and she came in and actually supervises the day-to-day work of our audit team. And it was her who solicited the auditors. It was Sheila who I asked to look for companies that could provide audits of the TIFs. I checked each one of them out as she gave me the names, and then she spoke with each one of them, and as she said, I think there were 5 other companies that rejected the solicitations, and Land is a company that she was familiar with. So I researched them through the Department of Regulation and through the and through the state attorney's office to make sure that they were licensed and had the proper credentials. And basically, I relied on this board to assist us in finding a company to do the work.
Okay. My other question, I'm sorry, that went on. The second question is, TIF 3 through TIF 5, those were current up through 2014? Because I just see 2015 and 16 on here. So they were up to date?
We called the comptroller's office, and we asked them when was the last one for each TIF. And they informed us that these are the audits they needed.
Okay.
And they are registered with the comptroller's office, trustee.
Also, those tests were not open during that time frame.
Oh,
5 and 6 were not open in 2013.
I said 3, okay, 5, I know 6 wasn't. 3 and 4 were?
3, 4, and 5.
What? I sort of missed your question.
So that was,
TIF 3, I thought that was older than 20.
The village submitted,
I thought TIF 3 was, TIF 3 and 4, I thought were older than 2015.
the village submitted, the village submitted
Okay, thank you.
documentation to the comptroller's office.
That's
right.
I just want to clarify, I'm sorry.
To clarify, I was just wondering why some were done and some, and just verifying it.
Right, the last 2 TIFs that was accepted by the comptroller's office was submitted by John Townsend and what was the attorney's name? Mueller. And those were not actually TIFs. They audits, they were letters stating that they did not have the information to complete the audits. You can see the work if you go to the comptroller's office. So they wrote a letter saying that they didn't have the documentation to complete the audits. They asked the comptroller's office to accept what they submitted. They gave them the best information they had at the time. But now we're able to go in and we've submitted all of the documentation to your audit team so documentation is there to complete all of these audits in short order. We have all the financial statements, everything.
Thank you.
Well, this goes back to the, originally, when I came here, I said we hadn't had an audit since 2008. And when I came here also, I went to the comptroller's office. I reported that as well, that all the paperwork on file was incorrect. I had to go down there and change that. The names on the accounts were incorrect. I changed that. So little by little, we had to get these things done on the record. A lot of us were not privy to a lot of information while this was being done. So that's another reason why. It's in the situation that it's in.
You know,
Because
we're very
paperwork was not
confident
correct.
now that the financial statements to get these audits done through 2016 are in good order,
We'll be able to move it forward.
and it can move quickly.
Right. And we all met. I did meet you when I came to the
Yes.
office to find out who you were and what you did at the later once I was allowed to. Okay. Any others?
Fees. Chief, the fees, is that coming from us, or would that be part of
Tips, expenses.
tip expense? Oh, okay.
3, 4, and 5. 1 and 2 tips are closed. That will be coming out of general funds. 3, 4, and 5 will come out of tip expenses.
Okay, so everyone would
3,
know
4, 5,
and
and 6.
so everyone would know and understand that we can use that money, correct, trustee? We use that money come out of the TIF. That's what it's for. That's for those, so they don't have that misinformation out there that we're.
Oh, God.
Yes. So we can't use that money. Thank you.
Okay. Any others? Concerns, comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Wilson? Aye. Trustee Brooks?
Both sides.
Trustee McMullen?
Both sides.
Trustee Payton?
Aye.
Mayor Tucker?
Votes aye. Thank you very much.
Motion passed.
On D7, a resolution of the Village of University Park, Cook County, Illinois, authorizing the execution of the agreement by and between Adam Gonzalez, DBA Landscaping, and the Village of University Park for lawn care services. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Brooks, second by Trustee McMullen. Comment I have. This company, this is not an agreement. It's only for month to month, correct, Chief?
So, yes, we have not engaged any company for a multi-year landscaping contract. This is a month-to-month contract, which can be revisited every month. The reason this is before the board today is for multiple years, lawn care services have went out a formal sealed bid process. So the village would pick a landscaper, they would do the work, it would never come before the board for review. For transparency purposes, I think it's important for us to first properly review and look at lawn care services as far as the amount of money that we pay per year. So I requested Director Richardson to go out and receive 3 quotes for lawn care services. Lawn care services was the lowest and the most responsible quote that was provided. Also, it should be made noteworthy that that company is doing more properties and more square footage of lawn than our previous provider did for a cheaper price. This service has experiences in other municipalities as well as private firms.
Will we not turn our phones on?
My apologies. Private firms. So there's been extensive research done on the company. They have valid insurance. Their business license is valid as well. So this is for transparency purposes. I will tell the board that at this point, the Public Works Department does not have the personnel nor the equipment to cut every single piece of village property that we have. Historically, as the board is aware, we've had used outside vendors to do lawn care, lawn cutting services in the past. At this point, I think it's prudent to do this because we are being, at this point, going behind ourselves as far as getting the lawn work completed in a timely manner. We have certain areas of the village that's overgrown at this point. Public Works does not have the staff and manpower, especially when we start doing hot box and paving repairs to keep up with the grass and lawn services of the village.
Okay, this is my issue right now. You have, what, how many proposals before us?
That's three, Mayor.
Three, okay. The thing that I would like to, I've talked to one that is a resident of the Village of University Park that did us a great favor last year because we didn't have fundings to pay for the lawn care, and he volunteered it. He paid for gas, he paid for workers, and he paid the use of his material, his vehicles. So I think that just we need to talk to him about that because that means a lot to me when he's a resident of the University Park. And he saved us last year from not being embarrassed. And I just want us to review that and think about that a little closer and maybe talk to him and see if maybe, we can negotiate some prices because he does do Chicago. It's not like he doesn't have the staff or the equipment. And I did talk to Manager Pate, but this is what we can talk to him about because I'm tired of outsiders coming and making money in our village and don't live here. This is a resident that live here and cared so much about this village until he put workers out here for a whole season and kept us clean and made us look good. So maybe, I hear what you're saying, it's a month to month. I'm happy that you did not go into a commitment with him or these people. But this is something that I think we really need to consider when businesses are here and we have the people to do it and they're equipped to do it and they reside here and they pay taxes here too. So that's a decision that we're going to bring to the board and see exactly if we can renegotiate this agreement with him.
Madam, can I read numbers?
Yes, sir.
I talked it over with Manager Pate, and he said that they talked to him on 2 occasions. And Mr. Richards went out and talked to him 2 times, and he did not come down on this price. So they did reach out to him and try to get him to come down on his prices, and he did not. So the bids that we have right now is something that Manager Pate came up with, and if we want to go with him, that's all right with me. If not, but I'll leave that in the judgment of Manager Pate.
Okay, just a second. I understand that. And he did agree to meet with me Friday. Okay. So maybe he will renegotiate that. And I would appreciate it if he would, because again, I would like to know how much do we normally pay for this type of service as a whole? Yeah, how much do we owe him too? Because he's had an outstanding bill. He told me of something else he did, and he was never paid for it.
So, Madam Mayor, as far as outstanding bills being paid, I don't have an issue with paying those bills.
Okay.
I was not made aware. If he wants to, I haven't communicated with him in regards to outstanding bills.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever bills need to be taken care of, we don't have a problem taking care of.
Okay.
As Trustee McMillan stated, I did have Director Richardson talk to PTL on 2 occasions at least in regards to the pricing, as well as did have communication with some members of the administration in regards to this matter, because I do understand keeping residents, having contracts with the village. I do understand exactly where you're coming from, Mayor. And this avenue was the avenue I was trying to avoid by trying to work with PTL in regards to lowering prices. And mind you, the prices that are currently quoted is not for all the properties that the village has. It's only for a select few. So the pricing will potentially go up with adding additional properties for lawn care services. The reason I asked initially, when Lawn Dogs came to the village, they wanted a multi-season agreement. I stated to them that at this point, I only have the comfortability level, number one, because this is a new company working for the village, and number two, due to the sensitivity of the lawn care services and various other issues that the village has that provides me the option to back out of the contract if other providers want to lower their pricing in order to maintain responsible services with the village.
Okay. Trustee Wilson and then trustee, Payton.
So did, a couple of questions. One, did we receive a quote from PTL since we have been using them in the past? I don't see their quote attached to the package.
The quote is attached to the package.
It is.
They don't go
What's it
beyond-
called?
PTO.
It's not, it doesn't go by PTO.
It's on my, right here. The last.
So I'm looking at 3. I can't read this. It's this one.
No,
The last
trustee Wilson,
three
I'll read it
The
to
other
you.
two say
Greenfields Lawn Care Inc.
Okay. And so, were they giving some documentation on what we wanted? Because these are not apples to apples. Who is this? I can't read the logo. This one.
It's a landscape.
Suburban Landscape.
Suburban landscaping. The service they provide are not the same as Greenfield's lawn care.
And the reason being is Greenfield's only agreed to do the set properties out on the list. Secondly, if you look at Greenfield's bid and the set properties they have, their price is still higher. Even if we were to add additional properties on the list, the price is still higher than the other two companies.
So we didn't say we wanted to bid on these properties.
This was not a formal bid process. This was a quote that we requested.
We did.
PTL put in, the organization put in for the properties that they can handle based on capacity to cut. We requested additional properties. Upon requesting additional properties, they stated the price would be higher. At that time, I requested Director Richardson to go out to other lawn care firms to price out the rest of the properties to see the price comparison. If you look at Greenfield's pricing, it's already higher than the other organizations. So if we were to provide other properties, naturally the price would go higher. Secondly, this is a month-to-month contract that can be revisited if Greenfields wants to reapproach the village in regards to doing this. The only reason this matter is coming before the board is because I want to follow proper protocol, which there's been a lot of contracts into without the village's knowledge or
Thank you for following proper protocol.
I'm not finished answering, Madam Trustee. So based on that, that is the reason what you see.
Well, thank you for
You're very
following
welcome.
proper protocol. That's good. Okay. Looking at Land Dogs and the other one, sorry, the name escapes me since it's not on here. They added the pool. I don't see the pool on the other one. So why wouldn't we not, are we getting the pool cut or not? Because the lists aren't the same, so I'm just wondering, the proposals aren't the same. So what, yeah, I understand about Greenfield's lawn care. But even between the other two, they're not the same.
Trustee,
So
we need some additional time to read your packet.
So we're okay with just having these and not these other places, or did we
The other
determine?
places significantly higher. If you look at their pricing, it's significantly higher.
I understand that, but depending on what they cut, it would change, right? It's not going to be the same if they're not cutting the same properties. So I would think that we would have said, these are the properties our public works will cut, and these are the properties we want a contractor to cut, and not let the contractors determine what they want to cut. That's all I'm saying.
Or, I'm sorry.
Because they're different, but they will be different because the properties are different. So it's not apples to apples to me.
Some of them have inclusive, if you look at them, some of them do have Palmer Park, Craig Park, but some don't have the top lot circle, Elmhurst. Yeah, there is a little difference. A few things are different, so it should be synonymous with one another, so that way everyone can compare it, because there's a variance with them. So that's one issue. We need to line that up. And then, as Trustee Wilson said, how much will our public works cut versus what's left for them?
Director Richardson can answer those questions.
Okay, but right now, Trustee Milton Payne had a question, and then we'll go to.
Yeah, I need to step back a couple of steps here. my pea brain, because I'm a little confused here. If this guy was at PTL, was cutting our stuff for free,
Yeah.
how do we owe him money? And obviously, we must have had some kind of agreement. If I think that the number that I heard is that he's $900 more a month, is that the number I heard? Around $900 more a month than the person that we're selecting to do the lawn cutting, and they're cutting even more than they were. So, I'm missing something here, is how can he do all this for free and then we owe him money?
There was another outstanding bill that's said that, well, I'll bring it up.
Well, it just seems to me that there may be a little subterfuge going on. If he's charging us more than what we would be getting otherwise, he's not really doing it for free. We're paying a higher price to cut the other stuff.
No, not from what he did last year, when he did for free. That was an understanding and an agreement that we approved, and that was okay. But then that was another bill.
We didn't approve. If he's cutting it for free, we didn't approve.
He did last time. Yeah, there was a memorandum of understanding that he gave us and said that I would keep it.
Well, it didn't come before the board.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't either.
It did not.
No.
Well, I know he cut it. I don't know if he's.
For clarification, the last time I remember PTL cutting, I was in the year 2015, is when the village went into the initial financial crisis.
Right.
Is when PTL cut.
I remember.
It was 2 years ago.
2 years ago, okay, trustee, that's when it was. Jonathan Johnson brought it to us, and he said that he would do it. But that wasn't the deal that we had over before. But he did do that with no cost. Okay.
Madam Mayor, Board of Trustees, if I could just clarify something to Trustee Wilson's comment. What I did was, the companies came in, I gave them we went around to each park so they all could look. Paul, which is Greenfield, he then in return submitted what he could do with his staff and how I wanted it cut on a weekly basis. So he submitted what he could do. The rest of them submitted what they could do. And when you look at lawn dogs, they were cutting majority of everything that we went around for. And then I in turn last week sat down with Paul and I actually gave him the quote. And he said to me, if I can get it at this price and all of this, go for it. But to the mayor's comment, yes, he does do other things for us. He's been spraying. He's did all the fields, the spraying of the fields this year. Yes, I do know he has a bill submitted for that the earlier of the year. But these quotes of what they gave back to me on what they could handle.
Can Public Works handle what they can out of the request you gave them originally?
We're backed up. We're just backed up because we're also, with them doing these things for us, that frees us up more to handle the houses that are vacant because we still have to cut
Trees.
houses, the trees, and also we still have to cut all of this parkway all the way out to on a weekly basis.
My question was, with whoever selected, Public Works is comfortable with doing the other areas?
Oh,
You
yes,
can-
yes, yes.
They have to.
Well, no, they don't have to.
Yeah, they do.
Madam Mayor, may I be recognized? Okay. I know in a lot of the discussion, I just want to make sure that I'm reading what I'm looking at. That number one, they will be doing Village Hall, the town center, the Circle Drive playground, the police department, the community pool, Craig's Park, Palmer Park, Pine Lake, and Regal Farm. And then our guys will be doing our thoroughway, correct? And just someone who is available and do kind of keep mental note of what Manager Peyton Gary does. I would say, Madam Mayor, that will relieve and give the Public Works an opportunity to, indeed, on days that they're not cutting, because they've been so busy they couldn't even get their trees, couldn't even pick up tree limbs today, correct? They're just overloaded, but this would be a step, and I would say this is quite a bit, and actually for the price between Suburban and Lawn Dogs, that even though they agreed to a certain amount of properties, it is a great savings that the village is about to hand down or about to receive. The only question I would have on this one is how fast will they start cutting?
So at this point, we delayed cutting until the board makes a final determination, because if the board was to vote no tonight, there will be no cutting going on. We would have to go into a sealed bid process and take about 45 days. So he was going to start today. We did a standby until the board made a final determination, and he'll be prepared to start Monday of next week.
Monday, if we vote yes.
That's correct.
Lawn Dogs?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and this is by just for the month?
Month to month until we make a determination
Okay.
not to go forward. So
Okay.
it is not an extended agreement.
Okay, and what I would like to see for next month, can I, because this is, okay, but I didn't have time to do a spreadsheet. I'd like a spreadsheet for all these areas we're gonna cut down. I can put in one per bid. I'll do it myself. I'll put in a spreadsheet, and that way I can see this a lot better and clearer and do the comparison a little better. And then, because like I said, I'm meeting with them Friday. And see, is he going to do anything for us else than, or just one person will be doing it?
Yeah, Mayor, could I just make a comment? You know, because I think we're trying to undermine our own process that we have established to have things done best for the village. We went out and got quotes, and here we have the lowest bidder that's cutting more than what we have right now, and now, simply because he lives in University Park and he's helped us out, you know, in the past, we're now looking, and we gave him the opportunity to meet the bid. Now we want to try to do something else to try to get someone else in here. And I think that's the wrong process to go through. You know, no offense, but you know, we have a process that we went through in getting the quotes, similar to what we did with the land company. You know, we had 5 or 6 companies that we asked, and only one actually was agreed to do it, you know. And in this case, it's the lowest bidder. And I just don't see us trying to manipulate this, so to speak, to have somebody else do it when they had a chance to do it. I mean, that's just the way I feel, Mayor.
Okay, well, and none taken, and I thank you for your comment, your input, but just out of respect to him, I did vow to meet with him, and I will do that, and I will tell him this is the situation, and that's it, that's all, but just respecting his wish to meet. Okay? Any others? Roll call for 1 month, and this month is starting
Month to month.
Yeah, month to month, maybe.
Right.
So we can go on for multiple months until
Right.
I
Until you-
determine
Okay.
the arrangement.
Okay. And the month starts June 1st?
Correct. It'll be next Monday, will be the day.
Yes.
I'm sorry, month to month until when?
Until the season's over, and then next year we'll do a sealed bid process, much earlier in the season, and we'll redo this process. Every year we should be revisiting this process unless the board passes a multi-year lawn cutting agreement, which I did not do this year. The board should be revisiting this subject every year. There are a lot of subjects that I'm going to start putting on the board's calendar that we need to revisit every year unless the board approves a multi-year agreement.
So this is not month to month, and we vote yes on this tonight.
This is month to month. The way his agreement is written.
We'll pay him every month through this season.
That's correct.
Until, I thought it was.
I will say, that's a little different.
Yeah, it is a little different. I thought you were saying we'll pay him every month, and at any time we can change.
So that's what a month-to-month agreement is, Mayor. So
That's what I'm saying.
that's what it is.
Meaning that if we change June and July, they say we'll have someone else, you can do that.
Yeah, if
Okay, I'm
yes,
sorry.
that's correct.
Attorney, you want to say
Go
No,
ahead.
no, that's correct. You just have to you have to give written notice.
Yes.
We can't change it, okay. Roll call.
Trustee Wilson? Votes no. Trustee Brooks?
Both sides.
Trustee McMullen?
Both sides.
Trustee Payton?
Aye.
Mayor Covington?
Just for 1 month, both sides, and I'll talk to him Friday. My heart, I don't want to do it. We got to get the grass cut, I can't wait 4 weeks. Okay. All right. Motion, I'm sorry. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by trustee Wilson, second by trustee McMullen. Roll call.
Trustee Wilson?
Aye.
Trustee Brooks?
Both sides.
Trustee McMullen?
Both sides.
Trustee Payton?
Aye.
Mayor Covington?
Both sides.